Nate.
Huh? Who calls?
Who calls? Who says that? It's your Uncle Mike.
Oh, hey.
So? Did you see the surface? Did you see fire and destruction, like they say?
Well, it didn't turn out like we thought it would.
What? What happened?
First off, where did you get these codes?
I mean, if you gotta know, I found it on a piece of toilet paper outside the security office on the 97th floor. Seemed pretty legit.
Used?
I hope not.
Ooh. Well, I was walking toward the 100th floor, and I saw a door with a sign that said main entrance.
And what did you see?
Well, when I entered the code, the door opened, and it was a glorious sight. Truly.
Really? But I mean, what was so glorious about it?
Each and every stall. Bidets for days. Bidets for days. There's warm water, heated seats. That's all I could tell you. It was beautiful.
There's bidets on the surface outside the bunker?
No, it was like the executive bathroom.
That's when the guy said, it'll feel great. I guess we're back to the drawing board. I'm going to use that code, though.
What other guy?
I'll tell you next time. I got to go. We're doing this live.
We're doing this live.
It's alive.
We're the PanRaconTuers. We're the podcast where we talk about stories. We tell stories from around the world, around the nation, around the globe. And today, it's not about bidets. We're going to be talking about dinosaurs. This is episode 10 of the PanRaconTuers. Tours. Episode 10, baby. It's your boy, Mike. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, guten Tag, wherever you are, wherever you're listening from. If you're driving, if you're sitting, if you're just swimming, that's kind of weird, but do it if that's your thing. We are the PanRaconTuers. This is episode 10, and we're going to blow your minds today. I know we had a big old thing at the end of last episode about a celebrity being in this episode, but guess what? NDAs, things were signed, and so we had to push off the celeb for another day. But we're going to have a great episode today because it's episode 10. We made it 10 weeks in a row. I'm losing our minds, expanding them and imploding. But that's what we're doing. Welcome, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying all the episodes. I'm Mike V, and I'm the host. And I'm going to introduce the Pod Squad. I'm trying to patent that one, guys.
Last time was the Potty Squad.
The Squad Pod. Oh, the Squad. We're putting on a shirt, guys. It will be in our merch in the next few years. Of course, we can't have this episode without our great, wonderful team. I know he likes to be called the sound engineer, audio engineer. He's the technical engineer. He is the technical technician of engineers. Nate B. What's up, Nate? What's up, my nephew? How's everything going?
In the Delta, as always.
You don't want nothing touching you in the felting you in the Delta.
Yeah, you take a dip in that Delta, you might be felta.
Probably catch something.
Bodies in the Delta, for sure.
Bodies. Oh gosh, that's so dark. Just want to say real quick as we're going, I didn't hear the sound in the beginning when we were doing the.
Oh, well, it went through.
Okay, good. Anyways, yeah, Nate, how you been? How's the week been for you? What's new?
Good. What's new? Not much. Work, school, life, all of that in between. Looking up videos on YouTube, thinking about dinosaurs, thinking about life in general. How about
I
you
hope
guys?
I hope you're watching our episodes on YouTube.
Everybody watches our episodes on YouTube and Spotify and audio.com.
We're about to break 100 views on one of our episodes. We're currently at 21 subscribers. So big thank you to everybody who's reaching out and commenting and subscribing. Please spread the news of this podcast because we like telling stories and having fun. So,
yeah.
But that's good, Nate.
Like, comment, and share. Share it to all your social medias. Bring us out
Hit
there.
that like button.
Hit that like button.
Give us a 5-star review.
Wherever we are, hit us up. And don't be scared or nervous to comment. I know John Medina just posted a comment on Spotify. So thank you very much for reaching out. Actually, what was that last comment?
What would you say, John?
He liked daylight savings. Nah.
Boo.
Okay, John.
I wonder why we're friends. We are divided.
Daylight savings.
I'm coming for you, daylight savings. And of course, we got to go to our executive producer. I like to say that jokingly, and we crack jokes. But my brother Dan the man. What's up, bro? What you doing?
Hey.
Doing good.
What's new in the SJ?
This newly cracked open C4.
Oh.
Just free advertising.
No.
I wish.
C4.
I need some energy.
Knocking at your door. Yeah, no, it's been a crazy week. Really quick shout out to my family, Sammy, Weddy, and Emma, Izzy, and Nate, and Dan, my bro, my mom, and the little baby, and there was a little baby there, and and to Carlos, and also to Bernie for coming by for my birthday on Sunday. Thank you guys. I am older, and this is horrible. I was so tired, but thank you guys. You really surprised me, and I'm so thankful for you guys. Get all choked up. Gotta get choked up. I love you guys. Shout out to my family. Yeah, I'm a year older, but hey, we're here another day to tell stories on this podcast that we call a juggernaut of all other podcasts. And then we're going to implode after a while.
We were supposed to implode at 20, but we got 2 viewers or 2 more subscribers. So
yeah,
21.
It reset it.
It reset it.
It reset. You guys. So if you want to see this juggernaut of a podcast implode, it has to be an even number. So 40 is the next limit, and if we hit 40, but 41, that resets it. So just throwing it out there. Today we're going to be talking about dinosaurs. This is big. What do you guys think, guys? This is 10 episodes in. What's on your minds about the 10th week of recording?
Man, we made it 10 weeks. 10 weeks? When did we start? What day did we start? I can't even remember that, actually. Was it February or January?
No, we started in January.
Yeah, we started January.
Right?
First week of January, second week of January. I can't believe it's already here.
Wow, man, what's 10 weeks from today? I can't do math. I don't have technology that can tell me what day we started on. I do have a calendar. What's 10 days? What's 10 weeks? 10 days.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, what's a fortnight? Is it that like, or is that?
We started a fortnight.
So we started around January 18th, somewhere around there, like near the end of January, actually.
Fortnight.
Okay, so like January, February.
Yeah. And all these loyal viewers following us since then. Amazing.
Shout out to Matt.
Shout out to Matt.
Edith. Thank you guys.
We'll get you that smelling salts hot one chip challenge eventually.
Yeah, I got stuff ordered. It's on its way.
Ooh.
That's going to be a good episode. It's going to be a horrible episode for us, but it's going to be very entertaining for you guys.
We should have milestones. Every like 5 episodes, we do something little out there. Little challenge, maybe game show. No, something like that. We'll see. We don't know what's coming on yet.
I mean, that brings me to the first topic. We're going to play a game called Is It Racist? No.
No.
We're not playing that game. No. But as you guys can see, all your support through this time and getting us to our 10th episode. I mean, look at our backgrounds have changed. You know, okay, not really. I got a green screen though. And I got this cool microphone. Look at it. Dan the Man's studio just is, now we're looking at the ceiling. Now we're looking at his forehead. And there he is.
Hey,
he's back. Bro, what do you feel about this 10th episode?
No, it's good. It's
a Beamer.
I like it.
Yeah, we made 10 episodes, 10 weeks in a row. You know, we just come here and consult our feelings, our lives, our experiences, and just anything in general.
We have cry sessions. Crisis. I was going to say cry sessions.
Our crisis sections.
Yeah. But with all you guys' support, thank you guys so much. It really does mean a lot. Pushes us to make more episodes, better content. And again, it's just, we know that the world's hard enough and it's tough enough. And just a little bit of laughter in the day and just goofing around, it helps me out. So I love podcasts that kind of just break up the monotony of it's just the everyday humdrum of a work day. So yeah,
I love hearing our own voices on my way to work.
Yeah, I'm so narcissistic. I love. Oh man, when I hear my voice, I perk up.
Like, whoa.
Makes me want to. I don't need a drink of coffee once I hear my voice. I mean, your guys' voices is it's better, you know.
Got something to bounce off of, but my voice. Hello, ladies. I'm taken.
Oh gosh! All right. Well, let's get this show on the road. I know you guys don't want to hear us talking. Well, that's the whole point of this podcast is you're going to hear us talking. We're going to go into the episode, but first, listen to our sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Pre-H Gas. Are you tired of paying high gas prices? Do you like dinosaurs? Do you like saving money? Well, good news for you. Our expert team of people who like to dig things up have uncovered sacks of dinosaur gas. The people on our team who like to mix things in bottles and say, once in a while, have called it dino farts. So if you like saving money and you like dinosaurs, stop by a Pre-H Gas station near you. Pre-H Gas. They held it in so that you can go. This next commercial is a paid advertisement.
Oh, was that the...
No, that was right.
Okay.
Wind, water, sand, trees, humankind will all come to an end in 2024. We are the Prophecy Prediction Club or also known as the PPC. We have a prediction accuracy of 15% and growing. We are now accepting new applicants to help bring us to the number of 25% in the next few years. Preferably female, single, if they have a car, money for gas. And we predict that this has a 90% chance of working. We are the Prophecy Prediction Club, the PPC, and growing. This is a paid advertisement.
What do you mean? I did not sign off on anything. Where did you get that from? What?
This is nonsense.
Prophecy prediction cult, more like it.
Hey, they got a 15% accuracy rate. and they're striving to go to 25 in the next few years.
Real.
So I guess if you're a female, single,
no,
you have a car,
I'll stop you right
for
there.
money for pizza.
No.
I like their prediction rate. They seem pretty confident, 90%. So
please don't do that. Whatever you do, do not follow that advertisement. I beg of you.
Don't do it. That guy seemed shady. He was like, he just threw me $25. He's like, can you say this? And I was like, do you predict I'm going to do this? And he goes, it's about a 90% chance. And I said, well, the $25 is good. That's where I got the microphone.
You did something strange.
That's
for
where
a
I got
little
the
bit of
green
change.
screen. Hey, yeah, it's a good advertisement. Hey, but they did say we'll all come to an end in 2024.
Huh. I don't like that.
Anyways, yeah, that's why I didn't want to say anything earlier. But today we're talking about dinosaurs.
Sorry, dinosaur
I like
episode.
dinosaurs.
Na, 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 na. Na 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 na.
No,
Hey guys,
no, 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 no. Okay, now we're just annoying everybody. Okay, we're getting to the episode real shortly, so I'll open it up because I brought it up. Anyways, guys, I was watching a YouTube video of the mating.
Was it our channel?
Yeah, probably. I watched our channel and then it offered me this episode. So
that's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear.
There we go. So I was watching our episode, just sound quality, whatnot. And when I was scrolling, the next video pops up and it's about the rituals of the T-Rex mating season.
Oh.
Okay. So what you see.
Ugh.
What you see is the T-Rex. It's getting ready to mate. It has a T-Rex in front of it as well, and it bows in front of the female dinosaur, and then it raises its head up, real high up in the sky. And what it does, just like birds do, boop, its little hands start moving. It starts moving left and right.
Like jazz hands?
Like jazz hands. It's just little jazz hands to mate with its counterpart. And I was just laughing so hard. I was like, no way. I mean, this is a 3D render of what scientists think the mating rituals of dinosaurs were. So, given that, the next video after that was just as funny to me too, because I don't know, it was like set in order. So, being all seductive with their little tiny arms.
Hold on. So they're facing each other.
They're facing each other.
They bow.
And
then they come up and they start waving their hands at each other.
They just wave their hands. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's seductive.
Very, very seductive. But the next video was even funnier for me because it was a slideshow of modern day animals and their prehistoric counterparts. You're going where I'm going.
Hold on, I gotta hear your part because this is crazy to me.
Okay, so the modern animal is gonna be. I'll start off the video. It starts off with a rhinoceros, and then its prehistoric counterpart, which would be a triceratops. The triceratops is like a phantom version of itself, so it's like see-through. And then in the words, there's like a voiceover in front of this slideshow, and it says, I lost my armor. Because, Triceratops is this big scaled, it got 3 horns instead of 2 horns compared to the rhino. Anyways, the next slide is of a giraffe and a bronchosaurus, the big, tall dinosaur with the long neck. It's trying to compare the animals to each other.
That's a bit of a stretch for me.
Yeah.
That is stretching, because if you're evolving, why would you get softer? I think you'd get more armored up because the world's crazy. So,
well, let's take it in account that the asteroid reset everybody. So the fact that we're on top of the chain, we're the apex predator is something else. That's a whole other debate.
Well, bigger, stronger, more armored isn't exactly an end to evolution, right? It's just like whatever survives in the situation. Like if the situation just needs soft skin, armored skin is no bueno.
Yeah,
but you're thinking like
it's true. Like if evolution is true, which I like, because it kind of clicks on my head. I can kind of understand it. I can see the mechanisms. Oh, it changes from this slowly, and it's like it grows a little too because of a mistake. And I can kind of see that, but I don't know if it's real. But I kind of like it because I can visualize it.
It kind of throws me up because, like, if you got like this big old asteroid, like blows everything up, kills everything, and then we're supposed to come back and we're just these soft things, and we're like, oh, let's get rid of the armor. I would think like evolution's like, no, dude, there was a nuke that went off. I need some protection, and probably like a helmet comes on. Look at this skin. The rhinos.
No, okay, so
it's tough.
To more to my point, I didn't think of it, but like one of the squishiest, like the smallest, squishiest things, they're called tardigrades. They're like water bears. They're small
water
little
bears,
things, but they're one of the best living creatures that repair its DNA from solar damage. Like they take them up to space, solar radiation directly hitting them, and their bodies know how to repair their DNA so it doesn't affect it as much as it affects us. It affects us. Our DNA is like, okay, we lost a piece. Keep going ahead. I just put those 2 pieces together. There's damage now. Hopefully the scar will heal. It'll look pretty.
Our next evolution is gonna be tardigrades.
Yeah, no,
we're gonna be these little tiny microorganisms that just float around.
They survive longer than us. Like, isn't it that you could freeze them and they still survive for like hundreds of years or something like that? Well, I don't know if there's a way to destroy them.
I don't think. Maybe, I don't know.
I've heard something they've survived in space. Like they put them out in space and they're just like floating around.
Let me finish. Okay.
Going back to the dinosaurs.
All right. So the YouTube video goes from rhino to triceratops,
get to the chopper,
giraffe to bronchosaurus, and the last one is the best. Okay, so you see the beautiful sky. It's a cloudy day. So it's a thunderous night. Okay, the clouds are engulfing the coast, and in the outstretch of this clouds, you see a phantom of the T-Rex. And the other slides talk about like, oh, I lost my armor. Oh, I lost my height. But this one, the T-Rex is out in the distance and it yells, "Remember who you are." And then in the foreground, it zooms out. You see this little chicken. It's like, you see a tear coming from the chicken's eye. It's the best video on dinosaurs I've seen in a long time. I don't know. It was hilarious to me. I'll send you guys the video later.
That's intense.
So
yeah,
what I'm saying is the T-Rex descendant is the chicken.
They got the short end. They got the short end of the stick.
There you go.
I could see it though. I could see it. I mean, chickens. They call them the modern day dinosaurs, and now I'm going to start looking at chickens and going, that's a T-Rex. Remember who you are.
It's the best video I've seen on YouTube in a while because it threw me up so hard.
It's going to be walking across the road and this big rig just like boom. It's like, remember.
Oh, dude, it's so good. It was so good. It's such a well-crafted video. Like, there's a lot of junk on the internet, but that one deserves its own Hall of Fame in the meme library. Okay, you gotta find that video, save it on your phone. It'll make you smile on a bad day.
You know what I would say? Don't get that video. Just listen to how Nate just described it, and it was great. Because sometimes when you go to the original, like it's like no, Nate, that's the new, like, yeah, this is it. That's what I'm gonna remember now, is that chicken that zoom out.
You'll find it.
And the zoom.
Whoever's out there, you're gonna find it on YouTube somewhere, and it's hilarious.
Remember who you are.
Look at this little tear coming out of the chicken's eye.
Remember.
It's amazing. Sorry, that was my little spiel today. It was just something I found during my break on work, and it lifted my spirits up. You know, it made me look back on my ancestors. You know, the Filipinos are actually, we're not descendants from, like, what is it, what's the do you guys remember the monkey that we spawned from, or what they say the monkey that we spawned from is?
The T-Rex? No, I don't know.
It's not the Neanderthal. It's the other one.
Ape? The ape? Oh, the
yeah, it would be an ape, not a homo.
What is it?
Homo erectus, right?
Homo erectus.
Something like that. Like, I
think it's like, we have technology. We can look this up, guys.
Yes, we do.
Like, we don't have to.
But I'm trying to get to the point. We're separate from that. Actually, Filipinos are like these 3-foot Homo erectus type creatures that were found in caves and stuff. You can look that one up too, for sure. But it's like a separate.
It says Homo erectus is an extinct species of archaic human from the Pleistocene, spanning nearly 2 million years. It is the first human species to evolve a human-like body, plan, and gait to leave Africa and colonize Asia and Europe.
I think it's like
fire. They wielded fire.
Okay, they're the ones that we find traces of archaeological evidence of fire with Homo erectus.
Yeah,
wow,
that's what they say. And then
I guess they're
Homo erectus.
They're the first with the nomenclature Homo, so that's man, right?
Yeah.
So nice. So they're the ones that came with fire. That's cool.
And this is like the only discussion where you could say homo and not be like, you know, racist or anything. We're just saying the actual word that describes humankind, people. So don't lose your minds when we say Homo erectus. Doesn't mean anything naughty.
We'll cut this out. Just forget about it. Don't even bring it up. You bring it up, it makes it worse.
I'm bringing it up.
I think
bringing it up.
I think
because we got it.
I think Nate was talking
about past that.
Homo floresiensis or something like that, right? The small 3-foot.
Yes. I don't know the actual name though.
I think it's floresiensis. After you.
How many different homos are there?
There's a bunch. I think it's yeah, there's a bunch. There's the new one they found, the Nisovans in Russia, right? In the
I'm going to type in how many homos are there.
Oh my gosh. You're going to make it so hard to edit this video.
Huh? No, I mean, we're talking about, there's 7 homo species. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Something like that. Okay.
7, huh?
Yeah, and nothing in here it says homophobia. None of this says that. It just talks about the origins of humankind. Okay, we're trying to educate people here. We're not trying to be. It's kind of funny, but we're not trying to be like very. We're not trying to be like bong. I hate this noise it's making. We're not trying to be like weird about it. We're just trying to figure out this whole thing about Homo sapiens.
Gotcha. And that's what it was. Homo erectus.
But they were the first ones to wield fire. So Homo sapiens is where they say that's where we evolved from.
Gotcha.
I mean, there's 7 of them. That's what they say.
Homo florensis. That's kind of cool. It's like a fancy name.
Homos also?
Were they like florist?
Florentius.
Florentius.
Yeah.
They
from the
beginning. They just owned a flower shop.
Yeah, find what's the dead? What's the dead language? What's that called? Pig Latin. Latin.
That's
What's
not a dead language. That's a fake language.
It's a fake language. I heard
Yeah,
it was a
that's not a
language.
real
Was
language.
it Sanskrit?
Yeah,
I
that's
think
a
it
dead
was.
language, and Latin is a dead language, and there's a bunch of Native American dead
I meant
languages.
Latin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So what's
Yeah.
the Latin word for floor? You know, like the subject, adjectives.
Probably for flower.
Is it floor?
What
I mean,
is the?
what are we? Flowers?
What do we want to
It
know?
says
The
floor.
Latin?
The
Yeah, why
Latin
do you wanna
word
know
for
Latin?
floor. Oh, I wonder why they named it Florentius. Or we look
For
like
flower?
I don't know. Looked
that's
it up.
why. Yeah, that's what we're looking at.
Is that even the right word? Let's see.
The Latin word for flower is floss.
What is the name of the
Floss.
discovered ancient human species that was 3 foot tall?
FLOS. The botanical names for all flowers
A
come from the
florist,
Latin
nicknamed
language.
the Hobbit for a small stature. The island,
For
because
examples,
it came from the island of Flores.
Florencia.
Anyways,
Discovered
that's
on
where
the
Filipinos are
Indonesian
from.
island of Flores. So Flores.
All right, all right. Let's get back on. Okay, we're talking about
If anything, this is
sour.
on topic.
Are you saying that the evolution of Filipinos we're florists?
We are very good with our bouquets.
How do we get to Homo erectus? I heard it and I was like, let's look it up.
That's all I'm.
And now that I look back on what I was Googling, I'm gonna probably get some emails. I'm probably gonna hear a knock at the door. Like, what are you doing? Is this hate speech? No, I'm doing research for a podcast with 21 subscribers.
Do you guys have any dinosaur?
Oh, I just
can't
closed
I
it.
can't see it.
Chicken is dinosaurs. Hold on, dino chickens.
Imagine. Okay, now also imagine this. The first part, like to devolve the T-Rex into chickens, we had to hunt it out of existence. Possibly. I don't know.
What do you mean? I don't think humans.
Just let me get my word out there. I'm just gonna put a hypothetical out there. Imagine this.
Okay,
Imagine there's a T-Rex out there. You know, he's the dominant apex predator of all the land. The asteroid, it hits the planet, you know, and then it just wakens up this primal urge in all the Homo sapiens on the planet. And just imagine this T-Rex is like roaming the planet, and then it like, ooh, it's a little monkey looking thing. Oh, I'm gonna eat it. But this guy has a spear in his hand, and he's looking right into the eye of the T-Rex, and he's got a look, and he licks his lips. He's hungry. He's hungry for this. So, you know, a whole battle ensues. He kills this T-Rex and he eats it. You know, he needs the nourishment from this thing. And he eats it. He takes a bite of it. It's like, what? Everyone, he feeds his colony of other Homo sapiens, and they all praise him. And he says, "Oh, what do you call this?" You know, and then he's like, what do we call you? And they call him like Czar or something, or Chick. My name is Chick. And then, what do you name this? This is Chicken. so
now he's French.
I don't know. I'm just saying, how did we devolve T-Rexes down to chickens?
Oui. These are chicken.
These are chicken.
I'm reading. It says chickens are direct descendants of theropod dinosaurs. So they're like specifically from a group called Marioniraptors, Raptorans, which includes dinosaurs like Velociraptor or the I can't say that one. This evolutionary connection highlights that modern birds, including chickens, share a remarkable number of physical traits with their prehistoric ancestors. So they're saying like the small arms and the gait in which they walk, the talons on their feet, all link back to these giant, prehistoric, hunters.
Well,
And now
raptors, right?
they're
Raptors, they're the hunters, the organized
Yeah.
hunters. The wolves are their days, right? They're organized hunters, and also
yeah
just
they
hunters
hunt
on
in packs.
themselves. So
Yeah,
chickens, I can see that because they hunt. You can see them hunting. They'll eat stuff like mice, like baby mice. They'll tear it apart, and they
they're ferocious.
yes, and
For sure.
like what else are
But
raptors?
they're
Like falcons? Are eagles raptors?
Yeah.
it says they evolve from like birds, modern birds. So like the turkey vulture probably be the like the bigger, like the closest, because they're huge.
Well, vultures
and-
are probably different. They're not raptors. I don't know if they're still.
I mean, they're scavengers as well. So like eagles
I know eagles
an
are
eagle.
scavengers. That's why I was wondering if
Or
they're
a
raptors
hawk.
also.
All I know is I've seen a chicken almost drown by looking up when it was raining.
Is that true, or is that like? I think that's something to talk about turkeys, not chickens.
Have you seen?
Like it's turkeys. I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let you know this discussion is being. We're looking stuff up on the internet. Is this true? Maybe. It's just entertaining. I'm just reading off of this is from the Life Science. Dino chicken gets one step closer. They're trying to make a chicken dinosaur, people. They're trying. Scientists are getting paid, and Doge should probably look at this one. I don't know, but dinosaur chickens. Scientists have modified the beak of a chicken embryo to resemble the snout of its dinosaur's ancestors.
Oh, that's
But
horrible.
more challenges lie ahead. What? Why? Why?
We're trying to make dinosaurs again.
What are you doing? You're going to now give chickens T-Rex teeth. You're trying to give them Velociraptor teeth, and now you can't just peck it. You're going to bite you and rip your flesh. What are you doing, scientists?
I'm going to advocate for this. Imagine a tiny
Have
little...
you not watched Jurassic Park?
Let's advocate for this, though.
Have you not seen
I'm
that?
going to advocate. Come on. Imagine having your own pet T-Rex, a miniature size one, and it just messes up rats and it messes up, everything else. Maybe it messes up the cat too, but that's okay.
That's the whole plot of Jurassic Park. All right. You get this little place and they're cute and we get a little cage for them so you can go and bring your kids and you're going to see, and then they eat them. They eat everybody.
It's the furthest thing from tiny.
People in half.
They're not tiny, but if we get a little chicken version of a T-Rex, I wouldn't mind having that as a pet.
It's going to eat your cat. It's going to eat dogs in the street. It's going to eat babies. It's going to eat all sorts of things because guess what? It's no longer a chicken. It's a chicken that's a dinosaur. And I don't agree with that.
But imagine.
Jurassic Park. Like red signs of warning going on there.
It's not. What's okay? What else?
Say your piece. Because this is scientists right now, like today or this week, as we slaved away at our work and we were crawling in their houses, we were operating on people's chests and stuff. There are scientists that are going, let's see if this works. Let's put this in the beak of a chicken. Let's give them T-Rex arms, and because chickens don't have arms, they're right. And now they're going to give them arms, and now chickens are going to start being able to grab stuff, and they're going to pick things up and start building houses and forts. There's no end to the evolution of these. I'm going crazy here.
If anything, it's the circle of life. It went into the dirt and now it's arising from the dirt.
Okay. I don't know.
It's too much to comprehend right now. Anyways, you guys have
Dino
anything else
chickens.
on dinosaurs? I mean, I was just trying to play around and throw up a topic.
I'm just saying, like, this is going to go too far. My references are Jurassic Park 1, Jurassic Park 2, Jurassic Park Dominion. Like, they're giving us so many warnings on how to not do this, and yet now we're going to have chickens with velociraptor teeth instead of a beak. This is what our taxpayer money goes to, people.
Is it?
I don't agree with it.
I think they have to get grants or something else.
Who's paying these scientists? Who is even, why, like, what technological, like, breakthrough will come from this?
Tiny dinosaurs.
Like, but what good is that? What good is that? What is it good? Like,
what?
Right?
Okay, then
why not give me talons?
I don't want that either.
I want the chicken doesn't want. Well,
nobody
maybe the
wants
chicken
talons. Who wants talons except crazy people? Like, okay, we want to talk about dinosaurs? I'll talk about dinosaurs. This is something that interests me about dinosaurs, and it really interests me because it was a nice topic that was brought up, and it got my brain going. It goes, oh, it really put a little pebble in there and made me think about dinosaurs. And this was it. It was a film I watched on YouTube, of course. I'm pulling it out of that great pool that we all pull from. So YouTube, I was watching a little video, and it was showing this. It showed a skeleton, and it covered it with skin. It goes, you would know this animal if we showed it what it really is. But this is what we kind of do with dinosaurs. We just get the bones because that's all we know of them. We find the bones, and we cover it like very close in skin and say that's what the dinosaur looked like. But if we did that to like modern animals, and I think the animal she ended up showing was like a pig, but when he first saw it, it didn't look like it. It looked like a rat, maybe. Like you couldn't distinguish it from another animal. So that's kind of interesting. All the dinosaurs we see, they're usually skin tight. The dressing we put on it visually, and it's like all green and like close to the skin. And they could have been there's like a lot of soft features that were never preserved that we don't see. So we only see like a skin tight version of it that's probably has nothing to do with reality. That's kind of cool.
Well, that's
like
interesting.
Maybe they're thicker, they had feathers, or they had a body that's not this skin tight, not Spider-Man, you know what I mean?
Yeah, not this.
Spider-Man's like a generic skin tight version of a human.
Why do we assume that all dinosaurs are lizards? Or like, do you guys think of that? Like, you can imagine scales and stuff.
That's like interesting too, but that's before lizards. They're before. No, well, I don't know. Actually, I don't know because there's that one ancient animal with the big old fin across its back that warmed itself in the sun. That wasn't a dinosaur, but it was big, and it is similar to dinosaurs and us in the head shape.
Gotcha. Because I saw it's a very similar, like actually a post similar to that. They showed the face of a hippopotamus, and the hippopotamus is the furthest thing that you could tell from its skeleton. Like you look at it has big old tusks downwards and upwards, and then when you like look at a sketching of that, like if someone like drew that without knowing it was a hippopotamus, you wouldn't know it had just big cheeks. You would just think it had just giant, like huge talons on its face or saber tooths.
It looks very weird.
It's terrifying. Like if I saw that skeleton,
like different from a skeleton from what it actually looks like. It's
actually,
the soft features are very different.
Oh, very, very different. But I was thinking, like, if you look at the skull of a hippopotamus, that is, if I saw that, I would be terrified. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this thing? This is a monster. But when you look at the real version of it, it's like, oh, this thing is kind of cute, but dangerous.
Have you ever guys seen? This is a famous one. The skull of an elephant. It has that big old hole in the middle, and it looks like if you're just looking at the skull, it looks like a cyclops. It looks like a big old face with a big hole in the middle. And you go, what's that big hole? It must be an eye, because that's where eyes are on us. And so we're, some people have speculated that's where people first came up with the idea of cyclopses living. They found skeletons of elephants and went, whoa,
Oh
look at this.
man.
It's got a big old hole in the middle. It's a one-eyed dude. But that's like the trunk or something. That's where the trunk comes out of.
Or maybe it
And
was
you
a
wouldn't think of it.
cyclops.
It's a nose.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually, it's a good way to think about it. It's like, where
So
did
we don't know what
these?
dinosaurs look like. We think they look like lizards. We don't know. They're just
Yeah.
skin tight versions of the bones that we find.
Mm-hmm.
And those bones are kind of cool. Like that's something real. That how else would you explain the bones? Like what are the bones?
Yeah, they had to survive in a time where there was a lot more oxygen, the atmosphere was higher, something like that, right? So that's why they could grow that big. But now that there's less, that's why everything is shrunk, as they assume, scientists assume.
So when it comes to the skin, why they have this, there's dinosaur fossil skin that was preserved. It was from the Nodosaurus, a mummified skeleton in Canada, known for its perfectly preserved fossil with guts, armor, and some intact skin. So that's kind of like where they drew it from, but it's from this specific dinosaur. It had a near complete four-legged Allosaurus fossil that preserved some of its spikes, armor, stomach contents, and most importantly, the skin of its face. So that's two examples of where we're getting like the scales and things like that. And we also have the Carnotaurus sestria, a horned, I can't even say it, discovered in Patagonia in 1984, which was the first meat-eating dinosaur ever found with fossilized skin. The exquisite impressions covered nearly every part of the predator from neck to tail. So I'm not speaking for all dinosaurs, but they have preserved dinosaur skin from this particular dinosaur.
Yeah, the one they found.
Three of them.
Oh,
three
there's
of them.
three. The one I'm thinking was there's a famous one. You can see the whole body shape and it has like it's one of those armored dinosaurs, and you can see the face and all of it preserved. That's really cool. Like you can see the texture of the skin, and yeah.
From what I see, like I'm looking at the pictures right now of the fossils, the fossilized skin, kind of reminds me of fried chicken. So, like if a big old nuke went off, if an asteroid hit and everything and it burned off all its feathers or whatever, and you got fried chicken. And so, could that be, or is it scales? I'm just looking at like just the way it looks. If something got burned off, or fried, it might be.
I think
that's what we see. But
I think
again,
the very next step to this is instead of looking at the dirt that we so love, we look up in like Antarctica in the ice. That's where we find mammoths. That's where we find Antarctica specifically, but or up. I said Antarctica's below us, but like the very snowy places. Like we found people preserved in ice. We actually see their skin. We actually see their hair. What now? I think we should look for dinosaurs in those areas.
I think they're too old for the
ice.
For the ice caps. I don't know. Maybe not. But I think the dinosaurs are too old for the ice caps.
Imagine so the whole planet just a giant heat ball.
We don't know. And about dinosaurs, only thing we know about them are the bones, right? Like that's it. We have to
geologists or what the ones that study the layers
Michael just
of
talked about the skin and stuff.
Yeah, but again, it's just like it's not like a whole bunch of like examples. It's those three particular dinosaurs had that
I wonder.
type of skin.
I wonder if they're from what period they're from. Like, are they from the same period? Or not? Like, did they live with T-Rexes, or what time did T-Rexes live? That's kind of cool because they were only in a certain time, right? They couldn't live forever. They weren't with the those Dimetrodons or whatever they're called that I was first mentioning, thinking about. I don't know what they're called. Dimetrodons.
Yeah, Jurassic Park is totally off. They put T-Rexes next to Brontosaurus and the Triceratops.
I also thought that brontosaurs were disproven, or like they're two different animals that they combined into
probably.
one. That's what I heard about Brontosaurus. Like vaguely, to tell the truth, I'm not too interested in dinosaurs. It was just stuff I picked up on the side.
That's we found.
We're not paleontologists. We're not archaeologists. We're not anyologists. We're humanologists.
We're no Ross Gellers.
we're podologists. We're podologists.
Nobody gets that.
We're uologists. Oh, that's UFO. Okay, no.
At least you got that right, Michael.
Yes.
What? The Ross Geller?
Yeah, the Ross Geller.
Okay, you got it.
So I got it.
I don't know what Ross Geller is.
Oh, all right, yay!
Hey, we're all on the same page.
No,
Woo, that's what the dinosaurs. That's what the T-Rex did.
No, I don't know who Ross Geller is.
We're mating. We're mating.
I'm just gonna go with it. Yeah, Indiana Jones.
I agree with what Nate says. We got to look in like more colder climates. I was in Alaska last year, and we were looking at. We went to the museum in Fairbanks, Alaska, at the university, and they have this preserved ox. Its name is Blue Babe. 36,000-year-old mummified bison. And you can walk up to this thing and, the skin's still intact. The reason they call it Blue Babe is there's this mineral that's in the ground, in the soil that just kind of not eats the skin, but preserves the skin. It kind of just penetrates the skin and turns it into this deep blue.
Oh, is it? So are you sure? Is it not Paul Bunyan's bison? Or ox?
Blue Babe?
That's Blue Babe. It might be the same one, but this one's actually in the museum at the University of Fairbanks. And it says right here, July 2014, it's been 30 years since the University of Alaska Museum of the North unveiled startling display at the Gallery of Alaska. I got to see it up in person. The 36,000-year-old mummified Alaskan steppe bison has been preserved in interior permafrost since the Ice Age. Gold miners discovered the specimen in 1979 and donated it to the museum. This is collagen from the animal's well-preserved skin. Collagen from the animal's well-preserved skin was originally dated to 36,000 years ago.
Yeah,
back in the 1980s. Yeah. But I mean, you're able to, if something like that's going to be preserved, and if dinosaurs wherever, like in the Arctic, or, that's where we're going to find the greatest preserved specimen that we're going to find.
Yeah, in the ice.
Yeah.
But no dinosaurs there, I don't think.
It's got to dig deep enough.
Yeah, maybe.
We got to dig deep into the
polar ice caps,
to the Arctic. And are we even allowed to go to the Arctic? I mean, I've gone close to the Arctic Circle, but I've never been to the Arctic. I know there's nothing up there.
Arctic Circle?
When we went to Alaska.
Oh, north. I thought when you talk about the Arctic, I think south. Over there at the Arctic, Antarctica.
Yeah. The Antarctica, and then there's the Arctic.
Is there?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Antarctic, I think, means no bears, and then the Arctic means there's bears.
Oh,
so there's polar bears, and then there's no polar bears.
Let's confirm that. I like that.
That's good. Yeah, that's good knowledge to drop on somebody. I had no idea. I thought now that I thought about it, like, yeah, Arctic. I always thought of it as Antarctica.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two different ones. Dropping some knowledge.
Yeah, that's what happens when you go to
Fairbanks.
That's when you go
Alaska.
to Fairbanks, Alaska. Yeah, that was an interesting trip. You know, just it was negative 25 degrees when we were out there, and you know, we grew up in California, so negative anything is intense. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that are up there that
You're saying
they're still
you were
figuring
able
out.
to go out in the air with just a t-shirt after a little while, or something like that.
Yeah, 3 days, and then I acclimated to the
So just a t-shirt, you went outside?
environment. Yeah, a t-shirt, and I had jeans.
And you were cold, but you weren't that cold, or what? How many degrees was it?
I mean, it was like chilly, but I mean, it was negative. I think on day 3 it was like negative 10, negative, you know, around there, negative 10, negative 15.
Places like those.
Wow, I've never been in negative weather. I don't think.
Yeah, try
it's intense.
It is intense.
But you said just a t-shirt and jeans. So how did it feel on the skin? I guess. What does it feel like?
I mean, it's not like on the face. It's the worst. Like your nose.
So you have to cover up.
Yeah, you got to cover up somewhat. But like you can be outside. Like I can walk from one building to the next. And it's a good walk from, let's say, what's a good distance? I'd say 50 yards.
That's a good. You keep moving.
Yeah, you just move.
Do you walk?
The thing is,
do you walk faster than normal?
No.
Oh, all right.
No, because I mean, it's cold, but then the sun is out. But when we were there, it was winter, so we only had like 4 hours of sunlight. So, but when the sun was out, it did its job. But you can walk around. The main thing was like controlling your breathing. Was like, you know, when you're walking, they tell you breathing, you know, through your nose, out your mouth, because your nose has like
warms it up.
This thing where it warms up the air, so it doesn't, you know, mess you up. Because the first day I made a bad mistake. I went, oh, let's go. And I walked out of the.
How did it feel?
Yeah, it felt like I was like everything inside of my throat was frozen. Like there was ice. It felt like ice, and
like pain.
And more like internal brain freeze. It was like real painful.
Ooh, like a brain freeze, but in your throat.
Yeah, because when we landed, it was negative 25, and it was, I guess, in the middle of the night, and we walked out like everybody's like when you get out of the plane and everybody's like in the airport and everybody's about to walk out on the plane, everybody's just wearing regular clothes. They got their, you know, and as soon as you walk off the plane, everybody's like putting boots on and like literally changing it. And I'm over there like, oh, me and Adi are looking at the photos. You'll see like we're wearing sweaters and stuff like that. And we're looking at this big old stuffed polar bear. And we're like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then the sliding doors opened up to the outside because we were waiting for the cab. Opened up. We're like maybe 20 yards away from it. And this gust of wind just went. And I was like, Adi's like, give me my jacket. Like, what was that? And we hadn't even walked out of the heated building. We were just like, what is this? Like, there's icicles already forming. And you just see people just bundling up, like just throwing on all their clothes as much as they could. And then you walk out of those sliding doors and we see the cab pull up that's going to take us to our hotel. And it is intense. Like your nose hairs freeze, your eyebrows freeze, your eyelids feel like they're they get sore. So it's hard to blink or like close your eyes.
That's kind of cool. I never heard of my eyelids being sore after you walk into weather.
Wow, yeah, because it's just this. It's quick, and it was like thank goodness it wasn't so windy. Because Fairbanks is like surrounded by mountains, so you don't get a whole lot of wind. So that the wind factor is not a big thing, but I think it was just going in from heated environment to the doors open, and it's like, okay, you're here, and it's like hits your face. And I remember my lips were, my eyelids were sort of like around outside
Ah.
because usually I tear up like around here, but it was so painful, and I was like, oh gosh, and we got into the car. But yeah, after 3 days, when we pulled up to the hotel, there was this guy right off the bat. He was wearing a tank top, jeans, and flip flops. It was negative 25 degrees outside. And he's outside having a smoke, and he's just like smoking, and he's just hanging out with the tank top, and just he had a beanie on. I guess warm. Yeah, keep your head warm. Yeah. But like day 3, I was just wearing a shirt, just like a shirt like this, jeans, and then my walking shoes, like not my snowshoes, but my walking shoes. But like all the gear we had it set for negative 30 degree weather. So my boots were negative 30, my jacket was negative 30. I had thermals under, and it was still cold. Like, yeah.
Wow, for the cold weather, like it seems like keeping the head warm is somehow important, because like the Russians, they got those big hats, those Russian hats.
Yeah, I was wondering
the cold guy with the beanie, and like we all grow hair on top of our heads, but we like less hair on our bodies. Like, is the head important? Maybe, yeah. It keeps you warm somehow.
I really test, because I say I run hot.
Yeah.
I'm like a furnace. It doesn't matter. And I was in my element. I didn't have to wear a beanie all the time. It was just like, my head's hot. It's cool, but when you move, it's not when you're standing still. When you're standing still, it's pretty chill. But when you move, when you start walking, you start moving, then that's when the cold just like slaps you in the face, and you're like, I don't want to walk anymore.
Michael, you're a more weighted person. You think people with more weight do better in the cold, like bigger?
I loved it. Yeah. I mean, it was. I was a polar bear. I was like, oh, I'm back in my. I'm like that dinosaur that found its way back in, and it's like, this is where I should be.
Just for the cold weather.
Me and Adi loved it. We were just like, man, it's cold, but it's not bad, But the craziest time was we went to the Chenwa Hot Springs, Chenwa Hot Springs, and it was negative 11, and we're they give you like short, you wear shorts, and it's in a building, it's heated, they got hot tubs in there, and they got a swimming pool if you don't want to go outside. It was negative 11 degrees. It was snowing, and it's about a 50-yard walk to the hot springs from inside the building. So you don't have a shirt on. You're just in shorts, and there's a hallway that's outdoors. It's a negative 11, and you're walking to this hot spring. We were running, but it was worse when you run. So walk and don't slip, because everything's icy. So we were walking to the hot springs, and you get in there, and it is like boiling water, but it feels good. And it's snowing all the way around you. The trees are covered in snow. The rocks around the hot springs are covered in snow. And then you dip your head under the water, you come out, and everything frosts over. Like your hair has ice on it. Okay. Your eyebrows have ice on it. It is the most intense experience I ever had. And then you have to get out of the water and run back to the building, and then reacclimate yourself by getting into a hot tub inside the building. But yeah, what an experience. But yeah, they have the Blue Ox in Fairbanks, Alaska, at the University of Alaska. Really cool exhibit to go see. Very cool just trip to go on.
No, that was very cool. You told me about this a bunch of times, but that was the first time you told me about your eyelids being sore. That was kind of cool.
I remember that. That was when it first hits you. It's horrible. It's painful. But
yeah,
day 3, we were fine.
That's the thing I've noticed or heard. Like, the thing you really worry about in the cold weather is the wind chill. Like, it'll say negative, 100 degrees, negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Celsius.
How cold is that?
It's freezing. All right. But when you get a wind chill, like you have to look at the wind chill too, because that's the stuff that freezes your eyelids closed. My girlfriend's from Canada, and she lives in Manitoba, like one of the coldest places, one of the coldest provinces. And she's always told me that she has to, when she goes out, she has to really bundle up. I see her when she bundles up. She's like covering her face. She's got a scarf. She's got her glasses on. Because if you get hit by that wind, you're freezing up. You're stuck out there. The last time I was out there, actually, it was like on the tail end of winter. But I got a little taste of it, because here in California, Nevada, you get places that there's snow. It's crunch. It's like not a crunch. It's like I guess it's a crunchy snow, but there is a powder, because it freezes the air molecules there because of how cold it is. Here we have to freeze like raindrops.
The wind.
Yeah. So that when you touch that snow, it's totally different snow from what we have out here. You're like,
I think what the wind does is like we're warm, right? And so we're radiating heat. And if it's just still weather, it kind of lingers around us.
Mm-hmm.
But but if a wind comes, it's blowing that heat away faster than normal. And so we don't generate enough heat to keep up with the normal like if you didn't have a wind, the fart would remain with you for a long while.
That's a good example. That's good.
I want to go out into the coldest weather now. I want to fart and freeze a fart.
Yeah, you want to be downwind. You don't want to be downwind. You want to be upwind. No, you don't want to be upwind. Think about it, folks. You figure it out. But yeah, just the wind chill factor plays a huge role in all that. Just they say Denali, Alaska, is one of the harshest climates places, because there's no no mountains or whatever, and they just get hit with wind. So if you want to get acclimated and try the cold, I would say Fairbanks, because they have a lot more mountain ranges and less wind chill factor. And you're just going to get a dry cold instead of a windy cold that's going to destroy you. Oh, we got the West Side sign. West Side. Everybody, this has been an amazing journey. Fun. I love spending time with my brother and my nephew and talking about random stuff like today, dinosaurs. We weren't really feeling it, but man, did we learn about dino nuggets. No, we didn't learn about that. They're dinosaurs and what scientists are trying to do, and they're trying to extinct the world by making dinosaurs out of chickens. It's so crazy. I did want to bring this up before we close today. I found this thing on the internet. It's called Stick With Us. Why the internet is obsessed with one of the simplest tools known to man. For those who have ever found a cool stick and left the impulse to show it off, there is an internet community of millions that wants to see it. It's called Stick Nation. It's a worldwide movement that thrives on irreverent, fanatical, and downright wholesome descriptions of sticks and the people who rank them. So if you're out in the wilderness, if you're just out on the street and you find a stick that just catches your fancy, bring it to Stick Nation and they will rank your stick. There's over 3 million followers on their Instagram, TikTok, and it's called the Stick Talk. That's a real thing, people.
Hey,
so if you find a stick, that's how humans have evolved. Hey, look at what I found. This is so cool. Look at my stick. Oh, that one looks like a wand. That one looks like... I'm not going to lie. I found a stick that I really liked, and I have it in my garage, and it's just sitting there because I think it's cool. So when I saw this thing in the news, I was like, Yeah, that makes sense. I just didn't take it to that next level of making a TikTok out of it.
You gotta show it off to the world. I need my Excalibur of sticks. You know, I seen.
Yeah.
You know, what's
Judge my
just as
stick.
one that's just as cool is the icicle one. People like look for like icicles that look like swords. Like some have hilts and stuff. I'm like, whoa! They break it off and they like hit each other with it. But that's like it hurts. I'm sure it hurts. Anyways,
Yeah.
So
anyway.
this is the goal for all of our subscribers and for us. Let's go out and find a stick, and we'll bring it on the next episode. Send your pictures.
Thick.
Send in the comments. Send it to the email, and reach out to us, guys. Thank you for listening. This is the PanRaconTuers. If you want to get a hold of us, send us an email at prtpodyt@gmail.com. And this is our 10th episode, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 10th episode. This podcast is as much yours than it is ours. And you guys can put in your comments. You can have a say. We will shout you out. We will, if you have a story that you want to tell, we'll tell it on here because this is the people's podcast. Okay, maybe not. But again, like this is our community. You guys are supporting us. But if you'd like to have an idea for another episode coming up, why don't you just send us an email, send us suggestions, put it in the comments and say, hey, I'd like to see this. I would like to see that on the next episode. Or, hey, I got a cool story I want to share. Absolutely. We'll do that for you guys. And again, you can send it to prtpodyt@gmail.com. Tell your friends, tell your family.
You can't say absolutely to those suckers. We don't know what kind of stories they're going to send in.
I mean, we'll redact a lot of stuff.
Redacted.
But send us we'll look at it. The three of us will put our minds together and go, let's put this on. But yeah, we definitely would like to hear more from you guys. So please reach out. Tell your friends, tell your family. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube, Spotify, and we're trying to get on Apple. So we will be on Apple soon. Apple, you hear us. We're coming for you, and we're going to be on your platform. Guys, thank you for liking, subscribing, clicking that bell, hitting the notification bell. It really means a lot to us. If you give us a 5-star review, we'll give you a shout out. If you give us anything less than that, we'll say thanks anyways, because we take criticism pretty well around here. Don't give us any less than 4. I'm going to ugly cry. And if you want more of that content, oh my gosh, this is blowing up your your phones as you're listening. You're driving to work. You don't want to hear me ugly cry. But we appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for liking, commenting, subscribing, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of the PanRaconTuers. See ya! Bye! Woo! Cheese!